All right, let's talk about something that, let's be honest, a lot of us feel kind of guilty about. Mess. But what if I told you that that cluttered desk or that chaotic room isn't actually a sign of failure? What if it's a secret clue to how your brilliant mind really, truly works? I mean, seriously, who hasn't looked at a pile of papers on their desk and just felt that little pang of anxiety? Society drills it into us, right? A tidy space equals a tidy mind. But is that the whole story? Well, today we're going to challenge that very idea.
Okay, so first up, let's just tackle this myth head on. For decades, we've been told that neatness is next to godliness, or, at the very least, next to productivity. This idea that physical clutter and mental chaos are linked, it's just so deeply ingrained in our culture.
Yeah, we've all heard this one, haven't we? It's such a powerful little phrase. And it basically equates how tidy your desk is with how clear and competent your brain is. The suggestion is, if your physical space is a mess, then your internal world must be a mess too. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. What if that old saying has it completely backwards? What if, for some of the most brilliant, focused, creative minds out there, people like Einstein or Mark Twain, a little physical mess isn't a bug, it's a feature, a side effect of being intensely focused on what actually matters.
And that leads us to this really powerful concept that completely reframes the entire debate. It's called selective organization.
Now, this isn't about a lack of organization. Not at all. It's about a strategic use of it. Think of it like this. Your brain is making a calculated business decision. It knows its energy is way better spent creating a perfect digital filing system than, say, alphabetizing the junk mail on your desk.
So, to really get this idea of selective organization, we've got to look at how our brains actually work. Your brain is, at its core, an efficiency engine. It's constantly running this little cost-benefit analysis on where to spend its energy to get the biggest bang for its buck.
Seriously, think of your mental energy just like a battery. Every day, you only have so much charge. A really effective brain isn't going to waste that precious juice on low-impact tasks. Nope, it saves it, it conserves it for the stuff that's actually going to move the needle on its goals. And this right here, this is that efficiency process in action. First, the brain assesses, okay, what really matters here? Then, it focuses all its energy on those big priorities. And finally, and this is the key part, it actively ignores the low-impact details. That pile of mail, it's not a priority, so it just stays in the pile. Simple as that.
So you might be wondering, how does this apply to me? Well, it's time to start looking past the surface clutter and find where your real organization is hiding right there in plain sight. Because that messy desk is just one data point. And honestly, it's a pretty misleading one. You got to think of it as the cover of a book, not the actual story inside. The real story of how organized you are, that's written somewhere else entirely.
And this is the key difference, right here. On one side, you've got the surface clutter, the stuff you can see, but it's pretty low impact. On the other side, you have the true structure, the stuff that's maybe invisible, but it's incredibly high impact. A selectively organized person, they shine in their systems, their workflows, their digital world, not necessarily in their physical space. So this is the big question to ask yourself. Just forget about the desk for a second. Where do you apply your organizational genius? Where are your systems totally flawless and efficient?
It could be anywhere, really. Maybe your cloud storage is an absolute masterpiece of folders and subfolders. Or maybe you're one of those people who can find any email from 3 years ago in like 10 seconds flat because your inbox is managed with surgical precision. That, my friend, is your true organization.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. It is time to embrace a totally new perspective, one that celebrates true efficiency over just, how things look on the surface.
And if you take away one thing, let it be this. Your mess is not a failure, it's not a moral failing or a sign of incompetence, it is evidence. It's proof that your brain is busy, that it's prioritizing, and that it is focused on what truly matters for your success. At the end of the day, it's not about how things look, it's about how they work. An effective system that actually gets results is always more valuable than a perfectly tidy space that isn't productive.
So, we're going to leave you with this question. I want you to look past the surface clutter in your own life and really identify those areas of brilliant hidden structure, because that is where your true genius for efficiency is hiding.